All right, we are live. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Zero Hour. I'm not exactly sure what episode this is because I don't remember, but I am here as always with my buddies, Rural 2IC. I got to get the buttons right. There we go. There's Mark and our special guest tonight, the one and only Ghost Lincoln.
What's
Well,
up?
all righty, so we'll go around and introduce everybody in case you don't know us. I am the Dead Prepper. Mistakes were made, and hey, I didn't make it. So, Rural, go ahead and introduce yourself.
That's right. I am rural. I do my best not to make his mistakes, and that's why you can see me and I'm still here. So,
Art,
I'm Mark, and I'm half-ass ready. So I'm trying to get full-ass ready, and I'd like to bring y'all along with me. So check it out, see what you think, tell me how stupid I am so I don't end up like this guy. But good to see y'all tonight.
and our special guest for tonight, the one and only Ghost Lincoln.
I'm Ghost Lincoln. I've made those mistakes, but that's why they make zip ties. That's why I'm here.
Zip ties and chest seals. Thank the Lord.
I couldn't put the skeleton on the screen tonight because I can't watch the chat when I'm off to the side. So we're stuck like this tonight. So I would, because I ain't going to be able to put the chat on the screen if I can't see it.
I'm good with it. I'm still going to call you Scully.
yep.
So, Ghost, what have you been up to prepping wise lately?
Just maintaining what I have.
Yep. Sounds good.
I mean, I ain't go. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm an apartment dweller. So, and I know 19 years here in this apartment complex. I know everything, literally. So I'm very specific about what I prep, what I hold, what I have, just because all it takes is one dummy with a candle. And well, guess what? So
That's a good point. That's a
So,
good
Ghost, when you know, because you know the apartment complex so well, I'm assuming that there are things there that are built into the system that you can use prepping wise. If maybe you're the only guy smart enough in the whole complex to use those things, would that be the case?
very minimally, but yes.
I would
Like
think so.
like structural things of that nature, yes. Infrastructural things, oh no, that's a nightmare. I'm not even going to go there. Because technically, like, we're here, everyone else is up here. So, and you know what happens and what goes downhill. So, yeah.
Unfortunately, all too well.
Yeah. We have a huge pump system that actually has to grind it and pump it back up the hill. So, when that fails, yeah. It's going to be put the boots on and run for your life type day there.
Sounds fun.
Yeah.
But see, this is good because I don't know anything about prepping in an apartment living environment. So you could teach us some things because I have no idea.
hmm
I'm sure there's some other people in the chat tonight that probably got some questions about that. Fire away, guys.
Ask your questions.
So-
We're here to
So
answer.
I assume you have like caches in other places with being in an apartment complex.
No.
No?
Well, yes, no. Like the caches are in areas in which I control, basically, I'd say. So it's not like I just walked down the trail and I buried a cache. No, I don't do that. They're literally in caches that I control, and if the infrastructure's down, I'm still getting in there. I know how to get in there.
Okay.
The benefit of learning to be a locksmith. So
Dan wants to know if you're going to dye your beard again.
no. That screwed it up for like 6 months. It was all brittle and crunchy. I ain't doing that again. That was annoying.
You didn't dye it like blue or anything, did you?
No, I did. Well, yeah, I did red, white, and blue.
Oh,
But
okay. Well,
yeah.
they're really okay. All right.
Yeah. It was all crunchy and like, no. I almost cut it off.
Yeah.
It was horrible. It was not recovering.
hmm Yeah, been there.
Mine's not long enough yet, but I'm letting it grow because everybody said I had to let it grow to match the rest of y'all. So
I just took 2 inches off mine the other day.
We can't see you to know you grew it.
What the hell does it matter?
well, you guys can see me backstage, but
Yeah, but we really don't matter.
Which, until they get questions and stuff in the chat, what is facial hair in like the most apocalyptic situation? Are we keeping it or are we shaving it off?
probably depends on what time of year it is. If it's hot or cold, I would think.
Mm-mm.
That's just my opinion, but
I'm keeping mine, but I don't care. I don't buy into that time of the year thing. I mean, I can't tell a damn bit of difference. Look, all I want to do, I have no hair on my head, okay? When I ride down the road on the motorcycle, I want to feel something blowing in the wind, okay? That's the whole reason I grow a beard.
that's a good point.
That's the reason.
I get it.
Well,
No,
at least that's what's blowing in the wind. So
Yeah.
could be worse.
No, you got to say it. You already started.
I was gonna say that's why he lifts his leg up when he's going down the expressway.
That was a good one.
That was good stuff.
Hello, Love and Life.
And for me,
Hey, love and life. Shawnee, good to see you.
Shawnee, good to see you, girl.
instead of cutting it, we just tuck it in, and there we go.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You take that and you put it in your shirt. You bring your shirt up a little bit, let it pull down.
Yeah.
You look different.
Yeah, you look totally
Yeah.
different.
All right. Nick wants to know, how do you think people are going to react in an SHTF situation living in an apartment building or all of your surroundings?
Ooh.
Apartment building or all of your surroundings. Well, yeah, the apartment building thing's got me kind of intrigued because, like I said, it's not something I've dealt with or thought of because, so how are people going to react if things go sideways in an apartment building?
Well, the big thing, and it's kind of a tricky question for me to answer on that because I'm a different part of the apartment complex. I work for it. I manage the maintenance side of it. So I see a different perspective of the people that are living here. I see how they act, what they do. Here, personally, I would say I'd have a good handful that's going to go dumb and stupid, and I'll say it that way. And then the other handful, they're probably going to run. They're going to hunker down for a little bit because they're going to be scared. They're not going to know what to do, and then they're going to finally break out and just go. But by the time they do that, you're going to have the groups already doing their things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Will they be going door to door? Oh my God, what happened? Can you help? Yeah, they will. Oh, definitely they will.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, do the people in your apartment building know you're a prepper?
No, they don't know crap. They don't even talk to me. I've made it a point.
That's probably a good idea, I would think.
Oh,
I mean, there are a few that hey, good morning. How are you? Everything going good? How's your tomatoes? Things of that nature. But apart from that, no, nothing is shared with anybody at my property. Even the employees.
Yeah, because with being in that close proximity to that many other people, yeah, I would think probably, keeping it on the lowdown is probably a good idea. Hey, Granny, good to see you. Glad you're here.
Especially in like a multi-floor dwelling.
Yeah.
And
that's kind of what I was kind of thinking. You've got all sorts of, it's not just apartments. Think about if you were on vacation and you were in a multi-story hotel, or if you were camping at an RV park, or, anything that's a huge group of people all together.
You're begging for shenanigans and not the good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, JS, they only send out notifications when people are having a live stream, not a dead stream. So,
oh, I forgot to answer the mask question, the beard question.
Mm-hmm.
The only time I would ever shave it off is when I have to adorn the proper mask.
Oh, yes.
That's it.
Right.
Or
Makes
I
sense.
catch it in a zipper, or I got to cut it, or I catch it on fire, which I've done both.
Yeah.
Been there.
Uh-oh.
I smell burnt hair.
Oh, it's horrible.
Very
Although I
distinctive distinctive smell. You kind of know when it happens.
Yeah. Yeah, but I use coconut oil, so it kind of smells okay. It's like, ooh, burning coconut. Oh no!
I get that when the cat sticks its tail in the candle every now and then. I'm like, oh, yep, burnt hair.
The cat's on fire again.
I've seen that. That is, oh my. Cat goes meow across the house. Who's gonna catch her?
For some reason, they'll like shake their tail and not even notice that they were on fire. You know.
Oh man.
Fire in the hole.
All right. So what's next?
Nobody got any notifications tonight. Well, that doesn't surprise me any, because the board loves us so much that they kind of do that to our whole niche.
Mm-hmm.
They just don't seem to send out notifications.
That's why I do food videos.
Yeah. Does it work?
I mean, yeah, people catch them.
Yeah. I seem to get the notifications. I don't know. I don't seem to not get notifications very often. Once in a while. For some reason, Hudson Valley, I don't get notifications for him anymore. And I keep going back checking to make sure I got the bell thing on, and it's on. It just doesn't want to send it to me.
I've noticed this unique thing in this. I don't know about Apple because I don't do Apple. I don't trust one system to run everything. But with like Google, if you get like a couple notifications and you don't immediately like click on them or, visualize they're there, my phone, like I'll get 2 notifications. It's like, okay, I'll watch these later. They'll be here when I come back to the phone, right? Then a new notification will come in and clear those notifications right out. So I've seen that a few times. And then I go back, I know you get who does a video at what time of day. Then I go back and check and it's like, oh yeah, I just got screwed out of that notification. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
YT and Google working together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was supposed to be 8 minutes, JD, and I went to 16. So yeah. Yeah.
See, I'm the opposite way. I try to do a longer video, and for some reason I can't seem to get that. I'll go, okay, this is going to be 20 minutes. It ends up being 8 minutes or whatever. Chris said aliens prevented the notification.
That's about right.
Probably. I mean, AI Atlas is nothing more than a floating space turd. We just ain't glued corn and peanuts to it.
Yeah, the giant spaceship dumped their shit tank. That's the same way airplanes do. That's what that is. That's a giant space turd floating.
That came from Galactus.
Yeah.
He's like, ooh, one cheek sneak. Uh-oh. Wait, there it goes.
What up, man? Dad?
There's so much of that stuff about that out there that I just laugh every time I see a video. I'm like, come on, guys, really?
There is no species in the galaxy that's going to come to Earth and go, hey, let's go visit. Nah, they make everything a weapon. They eat crap food and they want to throw stuff at people. I'm good.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm
right. Right. I mean, there is no intelligent life, so why would they come here?
Yeah.
We're a sitcom.
It's a big rock that's not coming anywhere close to us. But
it's all the shit they say it's hiding, man. They were all talking about, but something that big, it's supposed to be as big as half the size or a third the size of the sun or something like that. I heard, but something like that's got its own gravitational pull, so it's got other things that are following it. But I don't know. I don't know.
There's a comment for you. Hey, J-Man, what's up?
Yeah, there might be some probes in there, Genesis. There might be.
Oh,
that is a diagnostic tool.
Yes. Well, we're going to talk about plumbing on the next video next Sunday, so
oh Lord,
I get to get out the good tools then.
You'll rock that cast iron descaler.
Yeah, baby.
Ain't that the truth?
Y'all ever seen an eel? Wait till you see this thing.
Yeah, wait till you see this one.
Woo. Those are fun to run too.
Yeah, did anybody watch Pinball's video this morning?
Nope.
Yes.
I think he's got a pretty good point. Sooner or later, somebody's gonna pew pew somebody else in these riots and things, and then it's just going to get all crazy. If you're in the big city, boy, I tell you what, I would be seriously considering getting out of there if at all possible.
Yeah.
Well, there's a couple of guys that I follow on YouTube who actually are city dwellers, and they prep in their apartments. But the big thing they're prepping for is getting the hell out of the city.
Mhm.
Yep.
And they have a plan to get out. And like you were made the point, Ghost, that they're going to hunker down. The people are scared, not sure what's going on, are going to hunker down. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And when they start running low on supplies, then they're going to start thinking about moving out. And by that time, so that's what my wife and my family and I were always talking about when we're planning our get home stuff. Immediately, because we've been thinking about it longer than most people, immediately we're going to start going towards the home base, right? And we should have a couple of days to make that trip without having to worry about too much shenanigans, right? But yeah, if you live in an apartment and your plan is to bug out, you need to make that call quickly. Yeah. I mean, look, if you're wrong, if it's not what it is, if it's not what you think it is, you just turn around and make the trip back. Call do the Uber thing and go back home, right? Mm-hmm. But I mean, if your plan is to bug out and if you're in an apartment in a city, in a big suburb of a city, bugging out's a great plan, but you need to react on it when it's time to react. I did say shenanigans.
Yeah, you need to make a decision quick. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Well, there's also a caveat to that is most apartment people, and I'll say apartment people, they don't know their complex. They don't know what I know.
Right.
And I've had people ask, hey, if something goes wrong, what would you do? How would you, because staying in an apartment is really, it could be an option, but it's not an option really. So you prep in a state of mind of, okay, I can 72 hours, whatever, 72 hours base, whatever. But if you know the extent, so we'll say, I'll go to a whole different situation where you don't know crud about your property. You just know people that live there and everything else. But that, there's always those people that are going to do dumb stuff or people that aren't ready and everything else. So what you basically do is there's like this gray time, this beautiful time where, it just went off. All right. So now I have X amount of time. This could be out, usually probably a couple hours, maybe a day, where you can consolidate everything you have, right? And you have it ready to go. And that these people, there is no way they got enough food in that apartment for 36 hours, 72 hours. Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. They might have a chest freezer. Who knows? Can they cook it? I don't know. They're going to be freaking out because my whole property is electric.
Yeah.
So you have to base that in your objective of bugging out. If I bug out now, it's a complete total crud fest. Stupid's going on. It's everywhere. But if I give it a little bit of time and I wait and I watch to see the reaction, and then it's like, all right, now's the time to get the heck out of Dodge.
Right.
So you have to really know your area. I mean, know your area, not just, hey, I can drive up this road, hit the whatever. You have to know the area and your apartment and get a rough idea, which is hard to do if you don't work there, to gain concept of, okay, the neighbor, get out. If you live in an apartment, get out and meet every person in that complex. And that will give you a baseline of, okay, so this building over here, that is a total bad idea. This building over here is going to hide and poop their pants. Right? You have to know that. And it's super difficult to know on the outside of the fence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yeah. I was sitting here thinking while you guys were talking about all that, can you imagine if you just decided that, hey, we're going to go to the city for vacation, right? Where we're going to just see the big city, and you get in one of them driverless cars and SHTF happens and you're like, dude, turn around, and there's nobody there. You're just like, and it's just driving you right into SHTF.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Take your next available U-turn.
Yeah, because it's not going to know.
Nope.
Nope.
It's
No,
just
'cause
going to do what it was programmed to do.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought of that. That's a good point.
That's the way my mind goes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Not that I have any plans on going into any of the big cities or anything, but yeah, you know. Yeah, Wolf, that would suck.
Yeah.
National Lampoon. Whoops, wrong one.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah, Earl just started Chance's next book. I like it.
Yeah. Oh, hey, actually, yeah, that would be a good. Yeah, it would.
There's something else you could do too. Like when I chose my apartment where I live, I have a constant, nonstop water source behind me. So that's a benefit.
Mhm.
And that's another thing too. If you're going to move into an apartment complex and it's all concrete and asphalt, have fun.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, my area is we're surrounded by, and is this OPSEC? Yes, no, this isn't. I'm fine. Nature realms, parks, rivers, ponds, everywhere.
Yeah,
And-
that's about how it is out here too. I mean, there's
Yeah.
ponds and streams and creeks and rivers and something. You know, you're never going to go very far without running into some water source. You know.
Or an animal,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. My door cam took a deer. Took a picture. I had a 4-point buck stand on my front porch the other day.
Yeah. So
And I'm like, well, just open the door, let him in. I was at work. I called the wife. I said, you might want to look outside. I said, just open the door, let him in.
Mhm.
Make hunting easy. Come on in.
yeah, and the other beautiful thing, well, I don't know about all apartments, but I know many apartments, is you're limited on space, which that does suck. I mean, that's a
Yeah.
massive suck, right? In some
Yeah.
places you can't store fuel, you can't store propane, you can store water if depending, right? But you have to factor that in if you're going to be prepping in an apartment. Is can I store all this here? No, I can't. Okay, maybe I need to find a different apartment, or maybe I need to do this and that. Because I know not everybody can go out there and get that beautiful home mortgage. I can't. I can't go get it. I'd love 200 acres. I'd be the happiest man with 200 acres and just woods. I'd love it, but I can't afford it. Which
Right, yeah.
I kind of
Especially
don't
now.
understand how. Yeah, we're not going to go there.
Yeah.
But you have to kind of factor in a simple thing of I prep all this stuff. Am I going to be able to, we'll say like the golden hour, right? Where you can unload all that stuff out of your apartment into your vehicle and safely evacuate your area. You know, I'll say golden hour because that just seems good. But if you can't, you're going to have to leave those preps behind that you've worked so hard to get.
Yep.
Yep.
And
Yep.
that's really a kick in the hangers, right?
Mhm.
So, and I know water. I mean, you can store, you know, some places you can have an IBC tote full of water. You ever tried to move those full? You need machinery.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. People don't understand how heavy water is.
No. Now, could you, like, if you lived in this apartment here, and we'll say 5 miles down the road, there's a storage facility, and you have keys to get in the gate, and it's a manual lock. You don't have to do all the crap to get in there. Then you could, okay, so I know 5 miles down the road, if I get there, I got gas, I got water, I got extra food, I got, you know, tomato seeds,
Hello,
things
KP.
of that nature there. So you can plan it in that route also. Because there's always storage. Every apartment complex has a storage unit somewhere. Always does.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's even down here the same way.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the next Storage Wars episode where they pop it up and they're like, "Oh, Prepper issue number 37."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I haven't ran into that yet.
Yeah.
That's because those preppers pay for them storage units.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. They keep their bills caught up. That's right.
That's a good point.
That dude
Yeah.
walked in there, was like, I'll give you 4 silver coins. That's covered for the next year. And he's like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. You good to go, baby. Yeah. No, you're right. That's exactly how that deal works.
Yeah. They're not gonna let their preps go into,
Mm-mm.
you know, that kind of situation.
Yeah, cross my king. I don't do underground very well at all. Yeah.
I've been underground a few times.
Yeah, I have too, but I
I
don't
keep digging myself back up, and then I screw up and end up there again. And
Our water table here is so high, you don't go underground.
it's like Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do underground real well at all. I've had that discussion with myself. Do I need to build a bunker? And I think I'll just take my chances above ground because that would be a miserable death to me.
Yeah.
So I'll just do the best I can with what I got above ground.
Yeah,
Thick
I was
walls.
going to like full-fledged, end of the world, nothing surviving but armor-plated cockroaches, thermonuclear war. I don't really think it's going to matter.
Well, I mean, what if you do survive? What have you got to look forward to when you come out of that hole? I mean,
Taco Bell.
You and I, TDP, we're of the age we had the drills, we had kids, right?
Yep.
And so I've got all the literature, I still have it. I've got all the literature about how deep you have to dig the topsoil down to start growing crops. When you have to take 28 inches of topsoil off the ground, guess what you got to grow crops in?
Sand
Not
here.
topsoil, right? Not
Sand or
Sand or clay.
Well, I'm just saying. Look, I enjoy being alive, but
I used to.
well, yeah, I hear you. But there's and something I learned in January, and y'all have heard me talk about this. Something I learned in January. There's a thing of quality of life versus quantity.
True that.
Yeah.
And and I choose quality. And some people may be comfortable. That may be a good life for them. Not for me. I can't. I just don't see myself doing it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I wouldn't want to go down for 6 months or whatever and survive and come out because it's just going to be death everywhere you look, just constantly. And it's going to be because you're probably in the area where you live. It's going to be a ton of people and recognize. And what are you going to do with all that? All right, you're going to have to take care of that before you even try and do crops.
Right.
Bulldozer.
Or you could just fill your bunker full of Jello.
Yeah, or that.
I could do that. I could eat Jello. I mean, you're still going to starve to death because there's no nutritional value in it. But
But you won't dehydrate.
There you go. Yeah, I've seen all that. Look, I watched that Doomsday Prepper thing, Chad. I feel you, brother, but damn, man, that long underground, dude, would make me bat crap crazy, dude. I couldn't do it, man. I just couldn't do it. It would be a miserable existence for me. I would always be thinking of why I could open that door and go outside for a minute.
That's a good point, actually. That even if you did have a bunker, how many people that spend 6 months or so underground are going to come out a little, a few crayons short of a pack, So, I mean,
how many of them are going to come out?
Right. Yeah, that's true
That's
too.
the other thing. To do bunker, and don't get me wrong, if you build a bunker to store your food, store your water and your seeds, that's a good idea. It's safe. It's it's protected, right? But to actually do bunker living, you need a huge. And I'm sorry, they're all like, "Oh, I got this 570 square foot bunker." Bullshit. You're gonna need a bunker that enables you to move around, to live. You're just not going to put a shipping container in the ground and be like, yeah, I mean, yeah, probably some people could. They could. But if you're at this horrible, glowy state of death and shenanigans in the air, you're going to want a bunker big enough that you're going to be able to grow families in. You're going to be able to grow food, livestock. Ooh, damn. Cows. That'd be interesting. But yeah.
Your average person wouldn't. There's no way they could afford anyway.
No one could, except for a government.
Yeah, but
right.
Even if you have one of them shipping container bunkers, because people do.
Yeah, don't do that. They collapse. Don't do it.
But even then, go spend a week in that thing. Shut the door. Don't come out for a week and see if you really want to do it or not.
I'm sorry to say, but these badass bunkers that everybody's paying hundreds of thousands. Well, except for a couple of those rich people. But these people that get these backyard bunkers. those are just a week or two. Those are just to make sure you are
Yeah.
under the ground when the fallout or the
The initial
sweet
blast.
bejesus. Yes, the sweet bejesus crosses over. Everything's cool, and then you come back out. You don't
Yeah.
stay there.
But when you come back out, the fallout's going to get you. I just again.
Well, yeah. Some.
I
of
mean,
it.
the whole world's contaminated. You're going to die. You're going to die. And if you decide to stay in a bunker, man, I've priced some of those air filtration systems that you would have in one of those, man. Jesus Christ, the air filtration system alone is going to cost you a small fortune.
Yeah,
You got to have it.
Like-
What the hell good's it going to do? You just stay underground and you're just sucking in the same nuclearized air, right?
It's a
To get the
Swiss
good
air
ones,
system, yeah.
You basically got to get the things they put on the space shuttle, you know. So I mean, if you're going to filter out that kind of stuff, so
Well,
The other thing is you have to know your different radiations too.
Yep.
There's three. There's alpha, beta, gamma. Gamma don't give a.
Nope.
It's going through it, but gamma's weird. Gamma only goes whoop. It don't go down. It don't go up. It goes straight.
mhm.
Now alpha, you wear a hoodie. You make sure you don't breathe it in. You wash off really good. Decontaminate yourself. You're okay. I didn't stay at a Holiday Inn. This is not advice. Do your research. It's really easy to do. It's everywhere on Google, whatever.
Yeah. It sure as
Now-
hell is.
Beta's the nasty one. That's the one that you do need a vinyl form of protection because it can soak into your skin. Gamma just goes right through you and goes, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
But it's the alpha and the beta is the one that contaminates the ground.
Mhm.
Alpha can be washed away. It erodes away. Beta stays there for longer.
Not
That's why
well,
you have to remove X amount of dirt if you plan on growing there.
Yep.
And the half-life of each radiation is also different.
Mhm.
right.
I got this green book on Amazon. It told me all this stuff.
Is it glowing?
I could. But
Well-
it explains it in a way that everybody can understand. It simplifies it and puts
Well,
it in
and then-
context where it makes sense.
You do that. So you wait it out and you go through and you got all that nasty stuff out. You come out, everything's cool. You start pushing stuff away. At what point is the animals coming into effect? Like, is that a radiated bird still pooing in your soil? Or is that
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
If
Yeah.
it lived,
Yeah.
that's the thing is if it lived.
okay?
Maybe like Gilligan's Island. You remember when they got the seed kit that came from, and they grew like the carrot that was like 4 foot long? Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe shit like that. Who the hell knows?
So throw like a pack or two of seeds out there and see what happens. Be like, ooh, and I go, we'll see what happens when we come back out. Come back out, and there's a man eating cucumber at your front doorstep.
Oh, here we go. Shawnee's got some advice.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's the thing, Granny. That's what, that's why when I see the big mushroom cloud, I'm going to ride right into it because it's just not the amount of the amount of work that we're going to have to do, not talking about nuclear war. Okay. We're talking about a massive coronal mass ejection. Okay. Black sky event scratches out the grid as we know it, right? The amount of work we're going to have to do, that's just to survive that. Now, you might as well quadruple that amount of work if you come out of your bunker after a nuclear war and quadruple that. But yes, Grace, that's some of that stuff over there. I mean, I think they scared the shit out of us in the 60s, 70s, and 80s with some stuff that they're finding out over in Chernobyl wasn't necessarily true.
Right.
Well, the animals they're adapting to it too.
That's yes.
They're
And humans probably would also.
Our downfall's our thyroid.
There you go. If the original radiation poisoning didn't kill us, your JS Genesis. You gotta love that guy.
But yeah, like Mark was saying, me and him come from the generation that had, inbound thermonuclear warhead drills in kindergarten. If you had
I have the desk.
Yeah, if you had a wooden desk, from the 70s and a science book, you were good. You were going to
I
make
bought
it.
one.
You were fine.
That's part of my nuclear preps. Well, I mean, I'm not as I grew up. I was born 1980, so my high school still had the fallout shelters. It still had the air reclamation systems. Everything I learned them from there.
Yeah.
So now it's
You were at the tail end of that, kind of. Yeah.
But they still taught it. They would remind you
Yeah.
periodically.
Oh yeah, because the 80s, they did the same thing through the 80s. They still thought, the Cold War was going to end up seeing us all glowing in the dark and stuff. Yeah. So.
But what were those desks made out of, man? I mean, duck and cover. This desk will save you. What are these made of?
Apparently lead.
I took one apart. I don't see the magic, but maybe it's the craftsmanship, right?
Hey man, look, that was our government hard at work making you feel good, dude. That's what they do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, the radiation activates the magic.
Yeah, is that what it is? Okay.
So I need to put a microwave in front of it and turn it on for 36 hours and see what it does.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go, JS. Just buy a bunch of them old desks, build a bunker. You'll be all right. That's what they told us. Anyway, they said, you'll be all right.
They should just put them in space, orbiting the whole planet to protect us when the sun goes. Yeah, I'm tired. I need a nap.
Yeah. JD, that was actually something that was going through my head yesterday.
Well, y'all need to watch that Life After People show.
Mm-hmm.
I like that show. That was a good
show. That shit is awesome. Of course, again, it will be Life After People, right? We're going to be gone. It ain't going to matter. But yeah, man, that is a really neat show. Someone actually put their imagination hard to work and some good science. I love that show.
Yeah, that was a great show. Yeah. But yeah, I actually thought about what JD said. I was thinking I was watching something about a grid down, long-term grid down. And that actually went through my head. Well, what happens with the nuclear power plants if they can't get the coolant pumps and that running?
Well,
that's a good point.
They're designed to fail. No, it's a beautiful point, but they're designed to fail when you truly think about it, right?
Yeah.
You have a power plant that's generating power, but cannot self-sustain itself.
Mm-hmm.
Who thought that was a smart idea? Hey, let's make umpteen billion kilowatts from here, but we have to hook to the grid because it can't power itself. Really?
Right.
Who thought that crap up? I mean, I'm not a nuclear physicist, but to me, being what I do and what I am, that is completely asinine, and I'll say it.
Yeah.
I can't believe.
I mean, I know you have to pull the rods out of, the rods do have to be set in a cooling. I understand all that. I do. But if that nuclear power plant's generating its own power, then it can charge the machinery to remove those rods and move them to the cooling pools.
You would think, yeah.
Wait, we forgot that part. Idiot. Yeah, no.
Well, costs have to be cut somewhere.
Rabbit, exactly.
Rabbit, that's true. But what if they don't get enough warning to shut them down? That's true.
Yeah, they have to have enough warning time. Then they have to have enough time to pull the rods and submerge them. And that takes. I worked with a guy. He actually worked at a nuclear power plant. That was. It's not like okay, off, pull, move. No, it's like off, wait, and you got to wait for it to shut down too.
Yeah,
it's not like an on and off switch. You have to wait for that to shut down. You have to wait for the levels to hit a certain point in the chamber to remove the rods, and then it's a process. It's not like a short one. It takes time.
Yeah.
A 20-minute warning ain't enough.
Not just like they can throw a switch and turn it off, right?
No. That would be not good.
But yeah, like I said, that thought actually went through my head yesterday. I was listening to somebody, I don't even remember who it was, but was talking about that long-term grid down, what happens with the nuclear power plants. So
if they really wanted to do this wisely, I mean, obviously they can't redo the nuclear power plants. They're not going to fix that. But what they could do is like a coronal mass ejection. We all know what that does. That's a nasty little bugger.
Yep.
But your nuclear power plants are so thick and concrete. In theory, it shouldn't affect them.
In theory, they're shielded. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you happen to by some magical chance know that a coronal mass is about to hit, separate. Well, if they were built right, you'd be able to separate the power plant from the grid. I mean, entirely separate, cut the line, whatever, break the systems, let the nuclear power plant run. In all theory, it would run and power even during a coronal mass ejection.
Yeah.
But they didn't build them that way.
Yeah. What if? That's right.
Yeah, big what if.
Yeah, it seems to be what all of us are based off of, is a lot of what ifs. And I was actually listening to another channel, and he was talking about all the people that say, you know, all these events, and the people that sit there and they reply, well, that's never going to happen to me. Well, the sad part is it's going to happen to somebody. You know, this, what we're talking about may not be specifically for you, but it might be for the other person or that guy or that girl.
Yep. Your neighbor, your buddy, your sister, your cousin, your mom, your dad. You never know.
Right. I'm kind of out. I don't have any. There's no nuclear power plants around here. There's no military bases. You know,
I should send you the map.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. But, you know, I mean, the only thing I really got to worry about is if something major happens and everybody starts migrating south, the 4 million people north of me is going to come strolling down through this way eventually, you know, so.
He's got tacos. Let's go.
Yeah, because they're not going to know how to get from A to B. They're just going to hop on the highway and start walking. And the highway goes right through my little town. So.
Well, y'all remember the movie Battleship, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, in Hawaii, they had this space. Well, so here in Rosman, which is 40 miles, no, not even 40 miles, 25 miles from where I'm at. Now they've closed the station.
For crying out loud.
But it was that station. That's what it was. So JS Genesis, you're safe. The aliens will be coming here to blow up Western North Carolina, even though we don't have a military base or nuclear power plants or anything like that. But they will be coming here because Rosman sent the signal. So, you know, and I don't think no battleship can get up the French Broad River close enough to launch a shell at it. So, yeah, Nick.
But yeah, that's my concern is if something happens long term, when winter starts rolling around, the people up north are going to go, well, we should probably go south. And they're going to come strolling right through here.
Oh, that's the trouble, though, is you have people that's lived their entire lives in that area and they've become acclimated to that area with technology, but that technology goes away, so they go south. Well, now they're not acclimated without technology for all that heat. So where are they going to go? They're going right back north.
Well, maybe they'll end up in the middle somewhere.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. About where Mark's at. Yeah. They'll go, okay, this is probably far enough south. Yeah.
Yep.
Here's a good spot. I'm gonna stay here. I'm not going to any other state unless I'm required to.
Yeah, I don't
Well,
see
that's kind of how I feel too, Ghost.
I don't see me going anywhere.
Yeah, they'll go to the mountains. Good luck.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about it. If you end up north of me and you decide to go south, there's gonna be a long stretch before you in between hitting towns, and then once you get through the last town, you're gonna end up in the mountains in West Virginia. And I can't see that being a fun hike, but
no.
Well, that's the other caveat too, is if they're on foot, they're going to be a lot easier to sway a different direction.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all it takes is a burning line of tires, and they're going to be like, "Oh, I'm going to go this way."
Yeah,
you know.
Well, if they have any,
depends on how many of them there are.
A big wall of burning tires.
Well, if they have any sense of security when they get to our neighborhood, and when they get to the southern Appalachia, anyway. When you start walking these roads here and you start looking up some of these hollows, in the valleys, if you have any knowledge of defensive structures, you would think, man, I really don't want to walk up there, you know, because there's nowhere for me to cover or hide, and they've got the high ground. So, I mean, yeah, the Appalachians are going to be a serious obstacle for guys north of West Virginia to come down.
Yeah.
I mean, so I'm thinking I'm thinking KP and them boys down there in Louisiana better be looking out because they're gonna hit that Mississippi and float down.
Yeah,
Well-
that's a possibility.
Our
But here's-
potholes are going to take most people out.
Yeah.
They break an ankle, hip, leg, they'd be done.
Well, most of these people, they don't practice rucking, right? They're not going to throw on 40, 50 pounds and walk 50 miles in a day. Here's my challenge. Take that same 40, 50 and move elevation and watch your breathing then.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I
And
carry
that's-
buckets. I carry
That's
buckets of
daily
paint
here where I live.
down all the time.
Yeah.
You walk off my front porch, you're going up. It's 200 feet in elevation to the end of my driveway, a little less than a quarter of a mile.
Right. That's a good point. A lot of people's bug out bags are going to be what buries them because, they got all this gear and they've loaded this thing up and it weighs 80 pounds and they've never carried it. And they're going to, something's going to happen. They're going to throw that thing on and head down the road. And about 2 miles down the road, they're going to be laying face down. Well, probably face up because the thing will probably pull them backwards. And
Well, that problem's solved.
that's where they're going to be. Then they're a loot drop.
Yeah.
Speaking, there's JD's question.
Oh, I missed it. I was looking at the map.
I
That
will
goes
not
back.
do cachet tubes.
So hypothetically, if you did,
Hypothetically, if I did,
yes.
well, there would be. I honestly, I would probably have an extra pair of footwear, extra pair of socks. Maybe a pair or two of socks. Probably a pair. An extra pair. It depends on the season of the cachet, because that's the other thing too. Is you should recheck your cachets every season if you're going
Right.
to do that.
Yep.
But say we were going into winter, right? I'd make sure I had an extra pair of boots, couple pairs of wool socks, extra pair of pants just to be safe, maybe a hoodie, winter coat, whatever, maybe a thermal blanket. Food wise, I'd have to keep it very minimal because you don't want to make a fire. You do, but you don't, because people smell cooking food in the cold. They're going to find you for miles. That is a bad
yeah.
idea.
Yep.
So that would be freeze dried food because that's sealed. It's going to be good. I'd like mini freeze dried food. There would be obviously some way to filter it. It would have to be a brand new filter. You don't want to bury it in the ground after using it and it freeze or get damaged. So it'd be,
Right.
something along that line. Full water purification of some form in that tube. And there would be some extra like tomato, cucumber seeds in that tube.
Nice.
Maybe an extra radio with the battery out and the battery wrapped so that it doesn't get too cold to be safe, because we all know lithium batteries kind of act funny when they get cold.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Chris has got a good point. Yeah, if we're going to full on burn the world nuclear war, yeah, I'm with you. I'm just grabbing a lawn chair and a cigar, and we're just going to watch the suns come up.
Yeah.
It's all about location. Location.
It probably would, Grace.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say it would.
Yeah. I would think it would.
As long as it's new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want something that's had water in it because, like Go said, it could freeze and bust in the ground. Depending on how deep you buried it, but yeah.
That's why you have them
Yeah. Yeah.
brand new, ready to go.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
Because these will sit on the shelf until I think they got a long shelf life.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
no-
They'll sit for
yeah,
quite
there's
a
no
bit.
expiration on them as long as they're not opened. When you open
Yeah.
them, though, there's the problem.
Yep,
Yeah.
clock's ticking.
Yep.
Same with a Sawyer. Once you open it,
Yeah.
and I have
Yeah.
grails.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do
Nice.
too. And I like them. I have Sawyers. I have all the above.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Life straws. Yeah, I got
I don't like
More
the life
water.
straws.
more.
I have an
water
issue.
filters than I know what to do with.
Mhm. Which, do your research because different companies do different filtration. So
Right.
make sure it's going to
Definitely.
filter out the things that you think it's going to filter out.
Yep.
Biological, chemical, radiological. It's just like an air filter you put on your face. Look it up. Don't
Yep.
buy the wrong. You don't want to walk into a nuclear fart cloud with a respirator for smoke.
Mhm.
Right.
It's a bad idea.
Right.
Mm.
Nuclear
You have
fart
nicotine pouches in your bug out bag. I do not. I'm just going to fiend.
I do. I do.
I don't have nicotine. I do have some tobacco stored.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I do have coffee though, because I figure if I'm going to live without some things, coffee's not going to be one of them.
Take those
So.
pouches and vacuum seal them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I vacuum seal my snuff
And worst case scenario, if you're out on a walk and this is a bad shit situation, you know, and you see the guy, he's like, ooh, that dude needs a cigarette so damn bad.
Mhm.
You're like, hey, I'll hook you up with a nicotine pouch. What you doing with that extra magazine?
Mhm.
Oh, nothing, man. I mean, boom.
Oh yeah,
you
it
just
would definitely
you just got a spare mag.
Yeah, anything that's like that is going to be a great bargaining tool. Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And they,
Even coffee.
You get, especially. You ever seen the nicotine patches that taste like coffee? The pouches? Oh yeah.
Well, I might
It's
have
like
to
you
find
drinking a
some
cup
of
of coffee and getting some nicotine. Yeah.
Well, that sounds like a pretty good deal.
It is. But I have learned you have to, because I buy them for work because sometimes I can't smoke. But what I've learned, it's weird, is they're 4 milligram of nicotine, which is kind of against your cheek unless you chew or dip. It doesn't bother you, but like a smoker to do it, it like tingles and burns. What I found is interesting is I'll buy it, open it, set it on the shelf, make sure the seal's broken and everything so air can get in there. I let it sit there for a couple weeks. And it just mellows it out completely. No ting, no sting, no nothing. It just mellows it right out.
Grace, yeah, I do think they have a shelf life.
They do.
Yeah, they have oils in them. Anything with oils in it is going to have a shelf life that's not going to be real long. Yeah, see, Rabbit's got a couple cartons of cigarettes in the freezer for barter items. And that's definitely going to be a good barter item, I think. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh man, I saw somebody who was sitting there saying that they were going to rip people off and barter. So they were going to take like cigarettes and whatnot, take everything out, take the tobacco out, and put in oregano or whatever. Or they were going to take the little bottles of alcohol and just put like mouthwash or something, so it still has that scent. And I'm like, you're fixing to not be alive.
Right.
Yeah. That's not a sustainable business.
No, that's going to work like once, and then somebody's going to come with their freedom seeds flying. And
yeah, you think they're jonesing now? You rip them off?
Oh, yeah, they're going to be very unhappy.
Well, that's the thing. If they're jonesing and you give that to them, they're going to be like, nope.
Yep.
Nope. Especially nicotine. Alcohol. I mean, I know alcohol, how that works too, but nicotine, they put that in their mouth, they're going to be like, nope.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting, yeah. And our body, nicotine's a thing.
Yeah.
Do your research. You'd learn. It's actually interesting about nicotine. And I'm not talking through a cigarette, a cigar, or whatever. It's the actual nicotine itself. It's quite interesting research.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Rabbit, yeah, I agree. Unless it's somebody that you know really, 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 really well, and that you're not worried about them using that against you, I agree completely. So yeah, there is a very rare case that maybe that would be an option, but
yeah, that is an option. I agree, it's very rare, but it's the same thing. Vision is not far. He's literally within walking distance. If I absolutely had to, he would be one that if something breaks down and he said, hey man, I'm out of 22, I would barter with Vision.
Right. You got to know the person really well before
Vision got banana pudding.
Yes.
Yeah. Or chocolate cake.
Oh no, the banana pudding's way better.
Oh, I haven't had the banana pudding.
So he'd be giving up some pie or something for that.
You got to fight for that. That's like you got to get through Cole.
Right.
Give the COO a gift.
And then
Cole's and then maybe get something.
Cole's going to have a little brother, so you're going to have to deal with that on top of Cole.
God, it's a big dog.
That is a big dog. Yeah.
His head's like that.
Yeah, if I told somebody they'd come to my house, they had to get through the dog, they just laugh. But
yeah, you don't say that with him. He's so naturally well trained. It's so crazy. That breed is freaking smart. Yeah. And beautiful too.
Oh, here we go. So JS wants to know, what do you have for a signal with comms down if you were to approach Vision's compound, for example?
I'm sure you could yell out like shenanigans afoot or something, and he would know.
Yeah, don't shoot me. I have coffee. That'd probably work. Yeah. So yeah.
We could do some reverse thing. One cup of coffee for everything's okay. 2 for I need help.
Yeah. Yeah, and you guys are not.
That's OPSEC. I can't answer that.
Yeah, well, you're still in walking distance for me. It would just take a week or so, but I could get there.
Now we just drive by your house and throw a banana pudding at you and keep going because you just sat there.
Yeah.
I think we. Yeah.
Oh, Kane said allegedly is the code word. Yeah, that might actually be right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't go there unless you're called there.
Yes.
Right.
It's, I mean, obviously situations and things that, which I can't speak fully for it, but it's a system. Everything's a system.
Yep,
it needs
Randy.
to be. It needs to be.
Mm-hmm.
But it needs to be a system in which we, the people, control, not them, the goobers, control.
Yes.
Yep, Granny, you're right. That you're not getting through the mighty Reba.
No, I'm not doing Trump on this live stream.
It's almost 9:00.
It is. We're rolling right through.
Our hours just keep going faster and faster. I swear.
It is.
I won't be doing the whistling either on this live stream.
So I guess we will start off with some closing statements. I'll go first, and we'll just go around, and we'll let Ghosty go last. Guys, if you're in a big city, I would definitely prep and have a backup plan to get out of that big city. The riots and the ICE thing and all that. Like I said, if you watched Pinball this morning, he had a good point that sooner or later it's going to get ugly. Okay, it's already kind of ugly, but I think it's going to get worse. I would be surprised if it doesn't get worse. So, just keep doing what you're doing. Make sure your plan's solid, and don't end up like me.
Yeah.
It ain't 2 a.m. ugly yet.
No, not yet. Rural, what do you got for us?
I will say that you usually have it busted down into 3. There's the easy way, the hard way, and usually the right way. And most of the time, a lot of things are difficult. Remember, usually yesterday's the easy day, right? It's done. It's over. You got to get up in the morning. You got to do it all over again. So focus on today. Yes, planning and prepping is great. We look long term, but make sure you focus on today, right? Don't miss out on a bunch of the things because prepping's not life. It's a lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Sounds good. Half ready. What you got for us?
Well, tell the ones you love that you love them because you're only promised the present. And, don't get sidetracked on your prepping plan. The grass isn't always greener on somebody else's side of the fence. And you're prepping for your plan and your situation. He's prepping for his plan and his situation. He's prepping for his plan and his situation, right? So stay on your plan and hit it every day. You don't have to you don't have to go dig the bunker every day, but you need to go take a shovelful out of it every day or put something in it every day. So let's get full ass ready. Your turn, Ghost.
That's a great point. Ghost, tell us where they can find you and
usually at the Walmart at 3 a.m. eating tacos. No, I mean, I'm Ghost Lincoln on YouTube. It's simple, Ghost Lincoln. I'm easy to find and mostly never found. That's why I'm a ghost. But when it comes to prepping, what I would say is know your area. Know your people in your area. Keep your family close, your friends closer, and have fun. Don't let all this kick you in the human bits, okay? And don't let it drag you down, because that's what they want. They want you to be browbeaten and fearful and running and scared and hiding all this stuff that you may use or may not use, which you always should use. But just live life, but make sure you got the stuff to continue living that life.
Yep, I agree. And Ghost, I want to thank you for coming on with us tonight.
Thank you, Ghost.
It's been awesome.
It's been a pleasure as always. And we will see everyone next week on Mark's channel. Yeah, Mark's channel. Okay. I got it in my phone, but I can never remember.
Yeah.
Thanks,
I can't
everybody.
remember either until I freak out and think, oh shit, it's my week.
Crap! I gotta get that ready.
Oh, shit.
I did that yesterday. I was like, you know what? I better schedule that live stream. So, yeah, we will see you all next week. Thanks, everybody, for showing up tonight and dropping your questions. And we will see you all next week. Keep prepping. Have a good week. And we will see you all later.
Later, everybody. Don't put your mouth on it.
Don't put your mouth on it.
Don't push the button.
No
Oh,
button.
no, you got to push the buttons